In this video, I am going to show you exactly what happens when you submit your Upwork proposal. As a freelancer, normally you submit your proposal, you don't know what happened in the background, and sometimes that doesn't help you at all when it comes to preparing your proposal and the level of effort you need to put in. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jesse Kamara. I have been an Upwork freelancer for a while, for over 18 months, and I've made close to $200,000 on the platform. I struggled a lot to get to that. Now I teach people, I show you exactly what I did and how I got there. And by the way, if you're interested, you can join my free community where I teach people exactly what you need to do and how to succeed on the platform. So what I did recently is to post a job, and then I got some really good proposals that I want to discuss with you, because I really want you to see how the level of effort people put in when it comes to proposal writing. When I say you need to spend more time on writing proposal, how that impacts what the clients thinks and how they make decisions in terms of who they hire for their projects. So basically, this is my client account on Upwork. So let me just walk you around quickly, because I really want you to kind of understand how it looks like from the client's perspective and how it looks like when you are logging as a freelancer, in case you are absolutely new to this platform. So here, when you come here, you would see I am on the basic client account. If you scroll down a bit, you can see my freelancing account. This is my freelancing account, and now I am going to go to my freelancing account. So this is my profile. As you can see, it has been a while. Actually, I have not been working on this platform, but what is important here is that you would see I have like $100,000 plus dollars. This is because it only changes when I get to $200,000, and be sure I have paid over that. I have worked like 24 jobs, and you see like over 5,000 hours I've spent on this platform. Therefore, I teach and share really good information about people, because I'm not just talking, I'm talking because I have done it and I have the experience. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. So now let us go to my client account so that we kind of discuss exactly what it is that our client sees when you submit your proposal. So I'm working on a product wherein I really need some really good developers, people that can handle my development effort. So you can see the senior no code and vibe coding product builder. So you can see I've gotten like 32 proposals, and I have been discussing with some of these freelancers that applied. So basically, this is what the client sees. There is a difference here that I really want to explain to you, which I think is really important. Now, when a client invites you to a job, what happens is that when you submit your proposal, they will get a message directly. So when I submitted a job, I invited them for them to apply to that job. When you are invited to a job, what happens is that when you submit your proposal, it goes directly as a message. It will appear here as a message, and then as a client, I see that message and then respond to you. So what I want to do is, first, I want to show you when we click on the job. Let's say I have not invited anyone, what I will see, and then I will go and discuss with you the invites that I sent, those people that replied to that invite, how I received the messages and how it looks like. And there are really great proposal samples that I think will be useful for you. And by the way, I am going to package those proposal samples. You don't need to read them or try to rewrite them. You can get them on the free community as a free package, which you can just download and maybe improve on it so that you can use it as samples, because there are really good proposals that these guys submitted. So here, what happens is that I can view the proposals. So you can see there are a couple of items here. You can see posted like 4 days ago, public. So it's an hourly, and you can see the number of proposals that I've received, the messages exchanged that we've gotten with the freelancers, and also the hires. So currently, I have not hired anybody for this particular job. So what happens is I'm going to click here. So let's just see some options. I just want to show you everything here. Like you can see view proposals, invite freelancers. So you can see all of these options. You can see this view proposal button. I'm clicking on it now so that it opens up. So when it opens up, you can see all of the proposals that have been submitted. Here is 32. The shortlisted, I have not done any shortlisting, so that's why you don't see any shortlisting. You can see the messages, the archives, none have been done. So here you can now see all of the people that have applied to this job. As you can see, we have even more. that I want to load because it's 32 people that have applied to this job. A key important ingredient that I really want you to pay attention to is to look at this proposal closely, so you can see like the stats. For instance, here you see like the name of the freelancer, where they are coming from. I can message them directly. I would kind of like, if I want to shortlist, you can see when I like this proposal here, it will be shortlisted and I can directly hire them. But also, if you look at the stats here, you can see like they are 100% job success. You see like some key details which represents this particular freelancer, so that in a glance I can see who this freelancer is and what work they have been doing. Here I can also see like their qualification. You can see like the 4 profile items highlighted, like what they submitted, like the items you submit. Maybe you submitted your experience, your reviews. Those are the kind of things that are highlighted and that are directly associated to this to my job adverts. You can see their skills, 11 skills on their profiles. You can see the kind of skills they have and so on. But also you can see their proposal, right? And you see that they actually boosted their proposal. You can see here that they boosted their proposal because they wanted to be at the top, so that I will be able to review their proposal immediately. So you can see all of these things. These are like what I see. So for each of these proposals, if I want to go in there and really try to maybe just review what this freelancer has submitted, I'll just kind of click on this. It will open and then I'll be able to take a look this particular freelancer has submitted. So you can see like the data here. They have made like over $100,000. This is the number of hours and so on they've covered on the platform and so on and so forth. But then you see the first thing that appeared on the cover letter. This is really important, and this is where most freelancers make mistake. The first thing that appears on your cover letter is the questions that the client asks. Those questions that normally we just rush through to answer. They are really important because if you answer them very well, they actually makes you stand out. So from here you can see describe your recent experience with similar projects. So you can see the response of this freelancer. Please list any certification related to this project, and they will list, and then I will be able to view more and see all of the questions that I ask. So most freelancers just rush through these questions. They don't think about them. They just think, oh, my proposal is good, so I can just rush through the questions. That is a fatal mistake, because what happens is that the questions actually appear first before your proposal. So here now I can now see the proposal that he wrote, and he actually read the entire proposal. You can see trust is the product, because I asked them to specifically put this word trust is the product as the first words on their proposal. So he actually read the entire proposal. I immediately recognize the brilliance in your vision of skills cost in a market saturated with verified claims. Proof of work is the only currency that matters. All right. So yeah, I can see this is a very good proposal, a very strong proposal. I am going to really go through some of the good ones that I have. That I want to show you a couple of these proposals, but this is one that I'm going to review as well. It seems like a great fit for this job, because I'm really looking to hire somebody for this. But basically what you see, so the formatting, the questions first, and then you see the proposal of the freelancer. So I will read through. You can see he made this proposal very short and sharp, and then gave like real good examples, which I will review later. This is not the proposal that I want to show you, but I wanted to show you so that you see how the client sees. So whatever you attach, these are the attachment, the highlights. So you can see from the proposal, when I was reading, you see there were 4 items that were highlighted. So these are the highlights that he added when he was writing the proposal, so that I can see these items. When they said 4 profile items highlighted, that is exactly what that was. The most important thing is when somebody invites you to a job, what happens next? That's what I want to show you next. And then we can review some of these proposals and see which ones catch your attention, which one you connected with most, and then see how clients really deal with this kind of situations. And this information is basically for demonstrations and also for your education. What I'm teaching you is something to inspire you so that you can get your first job on Upwork. And by the way, if you drop a comment on this video telling me whether this video was really helpful, that will really help this video to get to more people, because the goal is we need to share this information so that people can honestly get this kind of feedback and be able to make a living out of this. All right, I just want to take one example, and the rest of the proposal I'll just create a document, put all of the proposals there, and you can now go into the community and have access to them. You can review them. So let us take one example of a proposal that I received that I think will worth our time to actually review. All right, so the message that I sent, this is like an automatically generated message that Upwork generates for me to send. So I just sent that message. I said, I would like to invite you to take a look at the job I have posted. Please submit a proposal if you are available and interested. And by the way, as we review this proposal that this freelancer submitted, I want you to think about, because there is a video in this channel where I actually break down the anatomy of a good proposal, and this guy used this particular anatomy very well. He actually mastered it and he knows how to stand out. The whole idea about proposal is your ability to impress the client and make sure your proposal stands out in such a way that when the client reads your proposal, they actually know that you've spent time and effort to develop the proposal. So let's go through it and see what exactly he wrote that made me very impressed with this proposal, and I hope that will help you. All right, so he says, first of all, he said my name. This is really important, and this is something that I teach in this community. You have to say the name of the client. I did not send my name to this freelancer, but they went and do some research and find out my name. So they said, hi Jesse, I read through the Skill Trust, this is the platform that we're going to build, vision carefully. And I genuinely think that the direction is very strong because it focuses on something most platforms fail to solve properly: credibility and proof of capability. See, so that tells me from what he just stated here, just this 3/4 line, tells me first of all that he read the proposal, but also you can see he mentioned here that trust is the product, because this is a word that I actually placed in the proposal, in the job advert. They must indicate this at the top of their proposal. So he read the entire job and then he was able to kind of connect with the vision of this product. So he said the idea is not just about learning or hiring. It is about creating visible trust signals that help beginners become verified earners and help employers make faster, more confident decisions. So you can see here, what stood out to me is you see what he says, what stood out to me. So even though he has read the job advert, and I was deliberate in terms of the job advert, I made the job advert so explicit, so clear, that I was so detailed in the job advert because I really wanted them to understand what the vision is. And he is now saying what stood out to him, because he knows that with a software product, you, the development team, has to connect with the vision. Otherwise, you will not be able to build a very good product. So he says it's the proof of certificates, the repetition over resume, right? And the real outcome over course completion. That is exactly the right approach for a modern talent platform. Now he indicated his approach. Now he has told me that he has now confirmed to me that he actually read the job post. Now he's now telling me what approach he would take to solve the problem that I indicated in that job post. So he says, my approach would be phase 1. Product strategy and refinement. Before building anything, I will work with you to refine the core user journey, the trust and repetition mechanism, proof of work, repetition, and so on. So, by the way, this is a product that I really fall in love with, and this is something that is coming. So, he actually indicated some of the key things that he really wants us to discuss before the product, which makes a lot of sense. You can't just go and develop a product based on a document that I gave you. You need to discuss with me because I have the vision. I tried my best to put that vision on a piece of paper, but sometimes there are still some gaps in that paper that needs to be extracted from my mind. So he's kind of saying he wants to have that discussion with me. The goal would be to identify the smallest possible version that still delivers meaningful value and validates the concept quickly. Please find my response to the question below. Now, for the questions that I ask specifically, now he is now focusing on answering those questions even inside the proposal, not just what Upwork provides, but now he's saying, I am going to answer the questions that you have asked. All right. How would you simplify this idea into an MVP? Answer: for the MVP, I would focus on only 3 core pillars. talent, trust profiles. Users can create profiles, showcase skills, blah, blah, blah. It says proof and repetition layer. This is the heart of the platform. Instead of relying on certificates, trust will be built through completed work, verified milestones, employer and clients validation, and in progression, activity consistency, portfolio quality. So basically, he went through and even beyond what I posted. Here is clients. These are the 3 layers that he wants to focus on. What stack would you use and why? Because I asked another question, what stack they would use to build this system. So now it provides those answers. The stack follows rapid MVP delivery while still keeping the product scalable for future growth. If you were the founder, what would you remove? Answers. So it says complex social media features, unnecessary gamification, advanced AI layers in version 1, excessive onboarding workflows. So the first version should prove one thing clearly. Can employers trust the profiles enough to take action? And that is exactly what this platform is about. It's about trust. It's a trust platform wherein somebody can see your profile and trust you enough to just hire you instead of going through all of the process of interview and walking you through all the rigorous process of you applying and so on and so forth. But what if they can just see what you have done previously and be able to hire you because they trust what they are seeing? They trust that is something that you actually did, and that is the outcome of your efforts. So instead of them going through trying to dig out your capability, why not just show them what you are capable of, and they can trust that indeed you are the one who did this and you can do their work, and then they hire you directly. That is basically what this platform is trying to do. All right, estimated timeline and the provider. So you can see here, this is really like a really good example of a proposal that really stands out to me, that made me decide, okay, this guy understands my problem that I'm trying to solve, and he understands my problem, and therefore I want to give him a chance to for us to talk. This is another proposal that came in, and I sent the same message, and it also came in very strong. Here you can see trust is the product. He also followed the same pattern. He called my name. He said, "Hi, Jesse." He was very direct. Here is what he said. "This is one of the strongest MVP concepts I have seen recently because it focuses on something most platforms completely ignore, providing trust through real-world outcomes instead of credentials. I'd genuinely be interested in helping with this because I approach products from a founder and operator mindset, not just features shipping." So you can see from these 3 lines that he understood the problem that I'm trying to solve, and he actually has read and he knows the pain points of what I'm trying to do. I was so detailed because I wanted the freelancer to understand what I am looking for and what problem I'm trying to solve so that he can connect with that. So now he went on and says, "I'm a full stack product builder, experienced with AI assisted MVP." So telling me who they are now. "Before building anything, I strongly recommend starting with a proper brainstorming and product refinement phase first." So you can see this particular proposal is as if they copied each other, but at the same time, you see the language is different, the format is different, but the information and the point and the anatomy is the same. The goal would be to simplify the idea into a sharp, realistic MVP, identifying what actually creates trust for employers, define the minimum trust signals required, and remove anything that slows validation. I'm fully open to collaborating. So you can see here, this is a rich proposal and it captured my attention. Of course, you can challenge this, that this is probably AI generated. It's fine. The problem is not using AI. The problem is about being able to communicate the pain points of the client and without copying and pasting a proposal that you previously developed. But you can see that this person understands. And by the way, I actually went ahead and asked them to send me a proposal. I mean, a separate proposal that has costs and whatnot. And you can see clearly that they understand, because now I'm challenging them. You have sent me this amazing proposal, but then tell me more. Tell me more about the product. How would you approach building the product? Because I wanted to know if it's just AI, fine, then you will see them struggle. But they sent me really strong proposals that was even more impressive than what I'm seeing right now. But here you can see that they might have reviewed the information, but then you see the most important thing that I want you to take away. They were very focused on the pain points and the things that I really want. For V1, I would keep the ranking system simple and transparent. exactly. This is something that I've already thought about before. I know the ranking system is very complicated in this platform. So if anybody tells me, oh, well, we can build the ranking system first, then I will be doubting their approach. And also the tech stack that they are going to use is also something that I was really interested to see and hear what they have to say. So here you can see talent can rank using signals such as this. So it listed this still helps employers quickly identify stronger candidates and so on and so on. Recommended stack for speed plus scalability. So it actually listed all of the stack, and this gives you fast MVP delivery, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth, right? I will not start with AI generated trust scores. Instead, they give me their own idea on how they want to approach delivery approach, phase one, brainstorming, and so on. So basically, they went into detail everything that I asked, and then they answer also the questions that I ask later. So here you can see this is a clear example of how you answer. This is a very big project. That's why you see the proposals that came in were a bit lengthy. However, I teach that you keep your proposal very short, especially for maybe tasks that are not too long. But for a product, this is a whole product that has product requirement document that is really large. It can take you 2 to 3 hours to just go through that requirement, and they went through that and be able to provide a proposal. That's why you see some of these proposals a bit long, but you can learn a few things here. They were very direct. They called my name. They tell me the pain points, the problem that I'm trying to solve, and why it is different from other platforms and all of those things. It might be some of these proposals were run through AI, but also they actually hit all the anatomy, the points of a really good proposal, and that's why they stand out to me. So here is what my response to that. So thank you for taking the time to submit your proposal. I've gone through your application carefully, and I'm impressed with the quality of your submission so far. I currently have about 5 strong teams who have done an excellent job on the proposal front, and I want to be transparent about how I will select. So basically, I went through all things, and I'll also kind of give them really detailed information, because I really want them to push a little bit beyond. So I was trying to test 2 things. Number one, whether they used this was all AI, is not actually their knowledge, and number 2, I wanted to know whether they actually understand the product very well. So I gave them another document which kind of complemented what I have already provided as a job post, so that they can go and do some more work, and then they will come back to me with a very strong proposal. And this guy came up with another proposal that was really amazing, and I was impressed. For all of these proposals, I'm going to put them together and see what you can learn, because the most important thing is about you learning, seeing patterns, recognizing patterns, the way people write, and then you be able to build your own system about writing proposal, your own formula, your own approach. And there are different things. All you need to understand is the systems, the way, the anatomy of the proposals, because this is the only thing I have seen. I have never met these people. I don't know them. I have never met them. I've never spoken to them. The first communication we had is for me to invite them to this job, and then they applied. I saw their proposal, and if I'm impressed, I will take the next step of sending them a message. This alone is a win for them. The fact that they were able to impress me, and I was able to invite them. So I'm going to put all of these proposals together, and I'll put a link below here to the community. You can join the community and go there and actually see sample proposals that you can use for your own application. And if this video actually helped you today, please hit that subscribe button, and also leave us a like and tell me how you feel about this content on the comments below. I will really appreciate that, and that will help the channel a lot. See you on the next video.